He's consistent.
As head of the pasta pack here, my pick was Anthony Alfredo, but turns out he was an imposter.
Anthony Alfredo.
You bet he's a notable finisher. Yeah, we always keep an eye on him. My boy Anthony Alfredo,
24th.
Hey,
Hey,
we're getting up there. It's all right. You know, we're gonna have bad races here and there. Okay, right. But that's why we're gonna sleep it off. We're gonna get up. We're gonna throw that helmet back on the next day. We're gonna rev those goddamn engines up. We're gonna do it again.
Welcome to 42North 78West Sports Show. Here's your host, Sebastian.
all right, everybody. Welcome to the 42 North 70 West Sports Show. I'm your host, Sebastian. Welcome to episode 23. This is a big episode for us. Wow, it's unbelievable. Now, I've got some things to go over. Now, we are live on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube all at once, which is awesome with this new program we got today. Now, let me just bring in my co-hosts, Kevin, Alex. What's going on, guys?
What's up? What's up?
What's going on? Big day. Also, Zach, what's going on?
What up?
What's up? Now, let's we're gonna go right into it. You know what, Kevin? I want you to do that. I want you to do the honors, please.
All right. So joining us now is a man who races professionally. When I say professionally, I'm talking NASCAR. Okay. He drives the number 38 car for Front Row Motorsports. This past weekend was the Martinsville Speedway, where he placed 26 and was named the Sunoco Racing Rookie of the Race. Okay. So buy stock now is when I say that. Okay. And let's not forget, he's also the leader of Sauce Mafia. Everybody, please welcome Anthony Alfredo.
Yeah,
Let's go. Let's go.
Thanks for having me, guys. Hey, listen, hold on. I gotta ask: did everyone make their own pasta nicknames in the background? Because that's amazing.
Yeah, that was from our audio expert over here, Taylor. She made us pasta. Yes,
That's epic.
Awesome, bet. Yo, so
Here,
how you
wait,
doing?
hang on. I gotta put mine up.
Oh, he's got some. Oh, nice.
Hang on.
Oh, my God.
Show's not complete. I need to.
All right. Oh,
There we go.
yeah,
There
nice,
we go.
nice, perfect.
Awesome.
Here
So,
we
man,
go.
so how you doing, man? How you doing?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Yeah, I mean, I was with the delay and everything with yesterday with the race. I was hoping like we would be able to still do this. So I'm glad you're here. So
Yeah, definitely. It was a long weekend for sure.
Yeah.
Drove up to Martinsville and kind of awaited a late start for the rain and only got 42 laps in on Saturday night before it came back. So headed back up there yesterday and completed the remaining 468 laps or whatever it was to run all 500 laps there at Martinsville Speedway in our iRacing Ford Mustang. Finished 26th, as you mentioned earlier. Got Rookie of the Race, which is great, but definitely had an opportunity to score our first top 20 of the year. Unfortunately, we got involved in that massive pileup off turn 2. There was nowhere to go. I think 15 cars were in that wreck. We were actually still going to have a decent day after that, but then we had 2 battery failures and had to come down pit road one of the times with 10 to go. So that hurt our day, but that's part of it. Just learning every race, taking advantage of the opportunity that God blessed me with, and very thankful for everyone who supports me.
Awesome, man. So I'm gonna get right into the questions, man. So when did you realize you wanted to do this professionally?
Well, I became a fan before I was a driver. I grew up watching races on TV. My parents were going to the racetrack long before I was even born. My dad did the Richard Petty driving experience one time at Atlanta, and now I'm racing there in the Cup Series. So it's pretty surreal to just come from watching these races on TV and have the opportunity to do it now in real life as a driver at the highest level. So that's pretty neat. Feel very fortunate. And to how I actually got into the driver's seat was just because I was a fan and I had raced rental go-karts, which I think a lot of the larger towns and cities nowadays have some of these indoor karting tracks. And one near me in New York had that because I grew up in Connecticut. So did that for a while, excelled at it, but I didn't know if it really meant anything. Took some years off to play some stick and ball sports like lacrosse mainly all year round and a couple others, but ended up wanting to do it, realized I really missed it. And that's when I got into a legend car at 15 years old. So just turned 22 last week. So that was only 7 years ago or so. And, here I am in the Cup Series. It's pretty crazy. I feel like it's gone by super fast, but Definitely just tried to get my feet wet in that legend car from a guy who was actually selling a car. Allowed my dad and I were going to buy it and work on it ourselves. And then he let us rent it just to try it out. He said, "Hey, before you buy it, just come drive it, see if it's for you." And sure enough, I made one lap and found my passion.
Wow. Yeah, that's awesome. Awesome. So speaking of that, so if NASCAR didn't work out, like what would Anthony Alfredo be doing right now?
That's a great question. I actually started college. I'm 3/4 of the way through my engineering degree at UNC Charlotte. So if I wasn't racing, I went the engineering route just because I figured it's applicable to racing if it did work out. And if it didn't, I could kind of pursue, a career in the commercial building industry or something with construction, because that's what I grew up doing with my dad. I worked for him every summer since I was probably 12 years old. And long before that, just went to work with him and was operating heavy equipment by myself at like 7 years old. So that's where it all started for me before I was driving race cars. And that's probably what I'd be doing. But I think now where I'm at in my career, there's always going to be an opportunity somewhere in the industry, even if it's not in the driver's seat. But that it wouldn't be my passion. Obviously, my passion's behind the wheel.
Yeah. Awesome. So also, I mean, watching it when you were growing up, did you have do you have that one racer, like a racing idol or like your favorite driver growing up?
Yeah, I would say when I was younger, definitely Dale Earnhardt Jr. And I actually had the privilege to drive for his team, Junior Motorsports, when I was 16 going on 17. I raced late models for him and was teammates with Josh Berry, who actually just won the Xfinity race at Martinsville last weekend. So that was pretty cool, and learned a lot from him and their organization. Definitely, he was probably my favorite. And then I would say there's other guys along the way I've always looked up to, and even today, like Jeff Gordon, Carl Edwards, Jimmy Johnson, people like that who have very successful careers, but are still very humble and kind of true to their roots. I've always respected that.
Oh, cool. So I got a follow-up question from my other co-host, Zach.
Yeah, so you mentioned driving for Junior Motorsports. What kind of influence has Dale been on you, considering the legacy he's come from?
Honestly, in a couple different ways. I would say the first being the fact that he's always done so much for his fans and has always been very engaged with them on and off the track, which is cool. Obviously, the fans are what make our sport happen, right? We wouldn't be going to the racetrack without them, and they put us on the racetrack as a industry as a whole, let alone us drivers. Obviously, needed their support to go places. So I always respected that from Dale Earnhardt Jr. and now his role in the sport as an owner and as a broadcaster. I think all that's really cool as well to still be involved so heavily. Now that he's no longer in the driver's seat is pretty neat. So there's a lot of different aspects I look up to him in.
Absolutely.
Wow. So now, and we go to idols now. When did you realize this is it? Like, I am a NASCAR Sprint Cup Series racer.
It's hard. I mean, I don't even could say that now, to be honest. It's just, I feel very fortunate to be in the position I am, and I'm nowhere near where I want to be in my career yet, obviously. I'm just a rookie in the Cup Series. I hope this is the first of many years, just trying to take it race by race and work hard to take advantage of the opportunity. Like I said, it's not many people get to do this, and I know that, so that's why I want to make the most of it. That's kind of what drives me every single race. I'm very thankful for everyone who's helped get me to this point, and I think this is just the beginning. So it's surreal to say that I'm one of 40 guys competing in the NASCAR Cup Series, the highest level, especially with the limited experience I've had in the past. But it's just it still hasn't hit me fully, to be quite honest with you. Like I said, I'm just trying to take it day by day and make everyone proud.
Hey, that's awesome. Seriously, it really is. Now I want to get into more of the rate, the NASCAR question. So what is a typical race weekend look like? Walk us through what it's like. Yeah, step by step, basically.
Well, right now it's totally different than normal just because of COVID restrictions. So usually there's at least a day or two of practice or a 1 day with multiple practice sessions, and then a qualifying day, and then race day. And of course, there's some other series racing that weekend. But lately, with the restrictions we've had, we don't even have practice or qualifying. So there's no practice, and you can imagine as a rookie in the Cup Series, that's a pretty tall order going to even tracks I've been to, let alone new tracks like Martinsville or this coming weekend Richmond. That makes it really tough. And then to not have qualifying either, there's an algorithm based on a couple different factors that determines your starting position for the next week. So both those things make it really tough. Obviously, you can't improve that starting position. You can't practice and try to work on your setup, because you can only make such minor adjustments during a pit stop because, you're changing 4 tires and putting fuel in it in 12 seconds. So basically, we show up and race is pretty much it right now. Usually fly in the morning of, maybe if it's further away, fly in the evening before. But Martinsville's close enough, just drove up that day, strapped into the car, raced 500 laps and came home. So it's pretty strange. But hopefully later in the year or next year, we'll get back to those longer weekends where, it's kind of drawn out a little bit more. So fans are all around. You can go see them, sign autographs, take pictures, and of course, get more track time and then put on a show for everyone.
Wow. Now, I do have another follow-up question from Kevin. Kevin, you have a follow-up?
Just to backtrack a little bit, I know you said obviously being early in your NASCAR career, was there like a pivotal moment before that where you're kind of was sitting there like, you know what, like maybe I can make a career out of this, if I keep pushing, if I keep working hard? Was there like a moment that you can recall?
I think, to be honest with you, I've always just had a lot of people believe in me, and I think that's what's motivated me. Sometimes I don't want to say I doubt myself, but it makes you more sure of things when you have people who are respected within the industry, telling you that, you've earned a spot or you deserve it. Stuff like that just makes me want to work that much harder. Just because I would never I don't want to come across as big-headed or cocky. In personally inside, not even, some guys who maybe, I know I just belong to be here, but they wouldn't say that publicly. You know what I mean? I don't know how to explain it, but I've always just kind of kept my head down and kept working hard, and just hoped something would come across like this opportunity in the Cup Series, because my first start at the national level in the Truck Series, I only ran 12 races. And then I moved up to the Xfinity Series last year and only ran 19 races. And now I'm in the Cup Series, which is crazy, running full time. So usually you don't get here without running full time in one of those, other series, right? So that's been really hard for me, but it was just such a great opportunity with Front Row Motorsports and all of our partners who believed in me, and people like Richard Childress last year putting me in the seat of his Xfinity car in a year with no practice or anything like that. And I think made the most of that opportunity with the cards we were dealt. Had some really great runs, almost won a couple of races, and now I have this opportunity. And same thing, I think I'm just trying to keep my head down and keep working for it. I don't feel like I definitely haven't proven everything that I have wanted to or want to yet. So I think I just got to keep working for it and hopefully turn some heads and show everyone that I belong, right? I think just do it that way rather than kind of come into the series thinking you belong. I feel like you go into it and then prove yourself, if that makes any sense.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Now, Al, do you have a question over there?
Yeah. So far in your short career, what was your favorite track that you've raced at to this point?
That's a hard one to answer. If I had to pick just one track, it'd probably be Homestead Miami Speedway, just because it's a bigger track, so speeds are higher, but it's a really worn out surface, so it wears tires a lot, and that you can it provides really great multi-groove racing, so you can move around a bit and find speed at different areas of the racetrack, and that's always fun for a driver rather than kind of being glued to a certain lane on the track and maybe it being harder to pass,
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Cool, man. Honestly, having you here is just absolutely awesome. Because I mean, my buddy Kevin over here, he was like, he wanted to pick a racer for the Daytona 500, and he picked your name, and he was like, this is my guy. Like this is my guy. I'm gonna stick with them for the rest of the season.
And
so
I
appreciate that.
Defended you from day one. And
as you could see in our intro.
Yeah.
I love it. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So we're gonna probably just finish this off with some fun rapid questions, because because people want to know about you. So Zach, I know you got some quick, little rapid questions.
I do a little quick lightning round here. What is Anthony Alfredo's favorite food?
Pasta.
Of course. Why would it not be? Love question,
Dumb
right?
question.
Nickname's Fast Pasta. Got to live by it.
Where's your favorite city to travel to?
I don't know. I haven't traveled that much outside of racing, so I don't know. I mean, I like going to Texas when we race out there, but I've never really been in any major cities out there, but I like going there. I live near Charlotte, so that's probably the one I've been at the most in my life.
Okay. Your favorite childhood memory growing up?
That's actually hard to pick just one. Man, laying a mommy. All right, easy. First Daytona 500 that I attended as a fan. 2012 Daytona or 2010 Daytona 500.
Perfect.
Oh, nice.
Love that one.
That's
Yep.
good.
Your favorite TV show?
The Office.
The Office.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Classic.
Yep.
Perfect. Great
Classic.
choice.
Yep.
Your favorite music groups?
All right, Iron Maiden, Black Sabbath, and we got to come up with a third one here. Rage Against the Machine.
Well, you've made a fan out of this guy. That's for sure. I told you, you gotta jump on board here. What I've been telling you guys.
You were right.
Your favorite sports teams?
Well, I've started to become a Panthers fan. I've lived here long enough. I think I could call myself a local Panthers fan for football. Hockey, I don't know if I have a favorite team, but I always liked the Rangers just because I grew up in that area and went to some Wales games growing up because that was like kind of the feeder team.
Mhm.
And then other than that, I'd say lacrosse. I really like watching just UNC play. I always thought they were good. And then I'm a huge esports fan. Like I watch a lot of gaming as much as I do like stick and ball sports. So I'm actually part of XET Gaming. So I'm always pulling for our XET players.
Well, the Bills are actually the Panthers of the North. So if you're looking for an AFC team, the Bills are it for you.
I can respect that.
Sauce Mafia, Bills Mafia, it goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
It's true.
What does a typical off day for you look like?
An off day, honestly, just kind of that, just chilling, hanging out. If I'm with my family, that'd be great. I don't get to see them as much just because of the way things have been lately.
Right.
Or go do something with my girlfriend or pull up host a live stream, much like you guys, and usually do a little bit of iRacing.
I've always wanted to do the iRacing thing. I don't have like a computer though, so
Gotta
maybe
try
one
it. Gotta try it.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
And then my last one for you, I'm really gonna make you think on this one. What are 3 past racers, dead or alive, that you'd like to have dinner with?
This is hard.
Mm.
All right, definitely Jimmy Johnson. He'd be first.
He'd be one of mine. 7-time, absolutely.
Yep. Jimmy Johnson. Tony Stewart.
Okay.
All right. So you know what? I think that really wraps up having you on here. It was honestly a pleasure of having you on here. So thank you so much. If I want to answer one quick question, there are some expectations you do have on your rookie season. There are some, I'm guessing it's been nerve wracking, right? It definitely, is it been nerve wracking, or it's you are pretty cool calmed when it comes to it?
I feel like not having practice or qualifying it's definitely made it harder, but at the same time, you don't really know what you're getting into to the point where you just got to go send it. So it's almost better in a way. You kind of go into it without an expectation, I guess. And just like I said, you go out there and take it race by race, what I've been trying to do. So it's been a challenge, but we've definitely had a rough start to the year. And a lot of it's just been by, unfortunate circumstances, to be honest. But hopefully our luck turns around here soon. We've been working really hard. And, I think the biggest thing we try to do is leave the racetrack every day and know we gave it our all, because at the end of the day, it's all you really can do.
Yeah.
Love that.
But I think think that wraps up. Anthony Alfredo, thank you so much. We're going to sign off. If you are still watching us, we're probably going to go on some Buffalo Sabres talk with the 2 trades that just gone on with the Buffalo Sabres. Are that Anthony Alfredo, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thanks,
much,
guys.
man.
Thanks,
Thanks for coming on, man.
Have a good one, man. All right. That was so much fun.
How about that?
That was fun.
Man.
Now, wow.
How
What an
about that?
experience. So we're here. Buffalo Sabres. Wow. Now, our buddy Alex over here, he's a little bit of a big Buffalo Sabres fan. I know he's probably got something on
As
it
we all are.
about Taylor Hall and Curtis Lazar going away to Boston, of all places, for a 2nd-round pick. And also Montour for a 4th-round pick.
Third.
Or 3rd. That's right. Speaking a little too fast, but hell, I don't know how you feeling over there.
So I was just tucked in, ready for bed last night, just scrolling through my phone for a little bit, and then I see the notification, or see on Twitter, Taylor Hall trade has gone through. So then I'm up for another, hour or so, just reading up on it and listening, and just still very underwhelmed by the return. I understand the circumstances were tough. Hall had a no movement clause, and he pretty much said today that Boston was kind of the main place that he wanted to go. So I feel like it was kind of a situation where he forced Kevin Adams' hand to make the deal done with Boston. And I'm not going crazy about losing Curtis Lazar. Like, he's a replaceable player. I just don't understand why he had to be thrown in. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
Whatever. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Taylor Hall's time in Buffalo will always go down as a disappointment.
It was coming to an end. It was trade rumors from the beginning that he was out. So it was just it was time. It was time. I mean, Zach, you got anything to add on that?
I don't know. It's tough to say because he really hasn't done anything. So I mean, I wouldn't say he hasn't done anything. He has 16 points, but I mean, the goal production wasn't there. He waived the no trade only to Boston. So I mean, your Adams was kind of strapped there. I did read that it was a 3rd-round pick before Boston lost to Washington 8-1, and that's why it's a 2nd.
Thank you, Caps.
Yeah. I mean, as far as Lazar going, I mean, Lazar is just kind of another player.
Yeah, I'm not losing my mind over it like some people are.
Yeah, I'm not really going to lose sleep over losing Curtis Lazar. I mean, and especially in a season like this. I mean, whatever. Anders Bjork, I mean, he's another guy that used to play with Jack. I guess try him out, whatever. I don't know. I'm just kind of indifferent about the trade deadline this year. I mean, I think everyone that was supposed to go kind of went, and I mean, the 2nd-round pick was iffy, but
one thing that did, I don't want to say concerned me, but someone pointed out the fact that Anders Bjork, that was just acquired in that trade for Taylor Hall, as well as Drake Cagulia, who we just claimed off waivers the other day, both played under Don Granato elsewhere before. Bjork was with him with the U.S. program, just like Jack Eichel was, and I thought Cagulia was the same as well. So that's concerning me a little bit in a way, because I'm starting to think I'm not starting to think. It's in the back of my mind that maybe they're starting already to prepare for Don Granato to be the coach next year, which I'm not there yet. We still have a whole offseason to go through. Go through a coaching search still. Go interview guys. You have a lot of good candidates out there. We've been talking about for the whole year, basically, just about. Bruce Boudreau, Gerard Gallant. Don't just settle for Don Granato. He's going to be the cheap option.
Let the season play out.
Yeah, Granato seems to be the safe guy now.
No, he is.
I don't know. It is what it is.
It is what it is. Yeah. Okay, so now we're gonna go real quick. National championship game just happened not too long ago. Of course, Baylor took the national championship. What are you guys' thoughts on that?
Baylor plus 4.5. I told you.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, Baylor they dominated.
Yeah, they dominated.
It was very surprising.
Yeah, that was a very surprising game because, I mean, there's really not much I could really say about it. It was. I honestly thought the Zags really had it because they were coming in. They were going to be undefeated. Here they come. They were ahead of steam. They just got beat by UCLA, but you know,
Yes.
but it then it was destined, and then all of a sudden Baylor kind of played a better game that night.
Like it seemed like that they were just kind of just the weight, like by far the best team in the country, and then they had their bad game against UCLA, but they still found a way to win it. So I thought, okay, they're going to come into the championship game, and wasn't thinking they were going to blow out Baylor, but I was thinking like, all right, they'll be in control of that game and win. But Baylor totally flipped the script.
Well, it makes you think because Baylor dominated Houston the round before, which was, I mean, kind of surprising. Like I thought that'd be a closer game, and then that literally like Gonzaga UCLA game felt like the national championship. Like that felt like that should have been it, but there was still a whole nother game to go. So it almost felt like maybe the Zags went out of like steam there at the end, and then Baylor was just ready to go.
Awesome. Now, like that's what it's up there, but we also had a Masters draft to show before. Alex won, even though he took Tiger Woods.
Dominated. You could have gave me Tiger Woods.
You could have had Tiger Woods. You still would have won.
You could have took Arnold Palmer and
Alex
still would
didn't
have won.
just win; he blew us out.
Yeah, it wasn't even close.
His golfers finished at 8 under, and then the next closest was Kevin at +9.
+9.
Second place. I'll take it.
What was that, like +12? Because I had Dustin Johnson, who got knocked out the first round with a +8, and I'm like, wow.
Bubba's my only golfer that made the cut.
Wow.
Was that your last pick?
Yeah.
Wow.
All four of mine made it.
It was those shoes he was wearing that kept me in it. Did you see those shoes? They were great.
None of us had the winner though.
No.
Hideki Matsuyama. Congratulations.
He did run through my mind during the draft, but I didn't take him. So if there's one loss that I take, it's from that.
Well, I could have had Matsuyama's 11 under and still lost to you. So
fair. Any other mentions? Because we are in other mentions. Anything else you guys want to add?
Yeah, well, the Blue Jays are coming back to Buffalo.
That's right, June 1st, right?
June 1st. It's supposed to be. So
get some home games. You want the Yankees to be here?
Yankees are here mid-June. I believe it's from the 15th, 16th, 17th.
Tickets are going to be off the chains.
And I am spending whatever amount it takes.
Wow.
To do it.
Good for you, man.
I'm gonna figure out. I'm gonna
high roller.
I'm gonna get the vaccine. I'm trying to figure out when I can get the vaccine before then.
Report back
make sure
to
I
us,
do it,
please.
But
why you're not going?
We won't give the money to the Buffalo Sabres though.
They don't deserve my money. No, the Sabres don't deserve my money.
They don't.
I'm gonna make sure I get hopefully vaccinated by then, so I don't have to show up with a negative test result. So I can just go right in, show the card, show the ticket, boom, I'm in. And, I mean, when are the Yankees ever going to be back playing in Buffalo?
Never.
Probably never.
2000 never.
Unless COVID-20 comes around.
Nope.
Which let's not even
COVID-20.
Let's not even visit that.
Let's not even get into that.
Wait a minute. Yeah. Now, I think that really adds up. I thank everyone for watching today.
Oh, Edelman retired.
Who cares?
Julian Edelman.
Who cares? It's a waste of space. Move on.
Oh my goodness.
It's a waste of space. Let him rot.
Edelman, yeah, he did retire.
Let him rot. And by the way, no, he is not a Hall of Famer. Never has been. Never will be a Hall of Famer. Stop that nonsense talk.
The only Hall of Fame he's making is the Patriots Hall of Fame. That's really it.
Literally, like I've came across like a bunch of player comparisons all day long. The last one that I just saw was Lavernius Coles, his NFL career. Identical numbers.
Shout out Lavernius Cole.
Actually, he had 2,000 more yards. Receptions were like right in the same area. Like both had like 670 something. He had like 2,000 more yards, and he's not a Hall of Famer.
Neither is Steve Tasker, and he's made the Pro Bowl.
At least with Steve Tasker, he was the best special teamer of his time. So I mean, you could. There's more of an argument for him, I'd say, than Julian Edelman even.
And Cole Beasley's always been a better receiver than Julian Edelman, of course.
And we go through every year where we talk about wide receivers that should. I'm just making a good point.
I know.
I'm just saying, like, there's receivers every year. Like, how long did it take Andre Reed to get in? Because there was just other guys that were better than him. Or similar to him. And they got in before him. Like the receivers, there's just so many good receivers.
I think we need to make a separate YouTube channel where we keep the stream going and it's just Al just keeps talking while the rest of us just leave.
Fine, I'll shut my mic off.
Whoa. No, but Joel Emmo always been known for that crazy catch in the Super Bowl too. Like he does have some memorable catches. I will say just
Still
give
a
him
loser.
we'll give him credit where it's due. Now, I thank everyone for watching. We're gonna wrap this up. Please give a like on this video if you could. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel and like our videos. And also the clips we will do of the show we'll post also in the channel. We'll post the whole Anthony Alfredo interview on the channel. I also appreciate him coming on the show. It was awesome. Great experience and all that. And guys, want to add anything else?
Sauce Mafia strong.
Sauce Mafia, baby.
Let's go.
That's right. So just like remember, you can leave thanks for if you leave the comment, thank you. If you left a like, thank you very much. Other than that, please and peace, guys.
Pasta pack out.
Let's get some.